Hello, and welcome to Havoc Wargaming, dedicated to bringing you the uncommon. For those of you who haven't met me, my name is Ron, and today I'm going to do an after-action report of Pulp Alley. So let's get started. So last year I invested in a series of figures and a new beta game from Jackalope Games called War in Christmas Village. The beta rules work and they're fine and they were fun. There was a couple, they are a beta set of rules. So they had a few issues with typos and some of the characters not being described. And we had played it last year, both, I think I played it on this channel. I definitely played it in the club. There were a couple of issues I wanted to improve on the rules for my own use. And I just don't even remember what those were. I do remember they weren't, they were enjoyable little roles. They feel a little bit like Frostgrave in how they work. There's a lot of creativity in what the different characters can do, often based on the iconography or mythology or stories around the different characters in that game. But I thought this year I would try something different and I would use Pulp Alley. So let's go ahead and see War in Christmas Village, Pulp Alley. So this is our table for today's game of War in Christmas Village, Pulp Alley. We have Epic NPC, which is the Christmas tree ant. He's right there. We have already pointed our plot points and put our starting positions for our two leagues. The major plot point is right there in the middle of the table, that Christmas present. There's one over here on this corner, one in front of that little building right there, one behind the building right there, and one way over in the other corner, just there. It's upside down, over there. Those are going to represent the plot points for the game. I haven't pulled our first starting cards yet. We'll do that in a moment. Our teams, we have, of course, Santa's League. Santa is way over there. That's Santa Claus with his deer Blitzen behind him. Blitzen is an ally. The sidekick for that team is Mrs. Claus. And as you can see, they are supported by three of the gingerbread men. There's two of them right there. Behind the church there, as their one of the other allies, is St. Nicholas and another gingerbread. The other side, Jack Frost and a snow goon. Over here we have the Easter Bunny and two snow goons. And here we have Rodney the Christmas Ranger and another snow goon. So that's where we set up for the beginning of the game. I'm going to go ahead and take cards, the three starting cards for each side. Santa's got Grin and Bear It, Disarmed and Warmed Up. And Jack Frost is beginning the game with Breakaway, Fighting Dirty, and Unseen Strike. Just a quick description of what we're looking at, how the game table is going to work for today's game. These lakes, I'm considering them frozen lakes, and those are going to be perilous areas. The hills are all dangerous areas. A perilous area means if you begin or enter into one of those, you will have to do a challenge, a peril. The others, the hills will count as dangerous. That just means that if you move on to them moving more than 6 inches, you will have to do a peril. And then everything else is pretty much normal. I don't consider those little hills to really be blocking line of sight, though I do consider the buildings and the trees to be doing that. So the first thing we need to do is roll off for who's going to begin. Red will be Santa Claus. Green will be Jack Frost. We're rolling for the highest. Jack Frost is going to begin as director. He gets the cone. And we're going to go ahead and begin the game. For the beginning, I'll talk a little bit about what we're doing, because I haven't really done a Pulp Alley game in a little bit of time, and I think it's possible that some people may forget. Director doesn't mean that you go first. It means you decide who will move the first character. The tree ant is going to be an NPC, so I'll activate him on his turn. I should probably mention that even though I'm playing this game solo, I am not using the solo rules. I'm going to be playing it like the regular game today, mostly because I haven't covered a game in this in a while, and I'd like to show how the regular game works more than how the solo version works. So the solo system is pretty good. I think the first thing I'm going to do is take first move for Frost, and I'm going to move the bunny. The Easter bunny is going to move over to the house here, 6 inches. And I think what he's going to do is shoot. Yeah, he's within 12. Normally, most characters are going to suffer, or you get a +1 to your roll if you are close range. But the bunny has a advanced range, better range than most. So for him, it's 12 inches, not 6 inches. Stats in this game are based on a number of dice and die type. So the shoot skill for the rabbit, which he'll be shooting at, is going to be 3d8. Because that does count just barely as being in short range, he's going to get a modifier for that of an extra die. So that's going to be 4 dice. Now, whenever you're shot at, you have 2 options in this game. You can either dodge or you can shoot back. In this case here, I think what I might do is dodge, just because he's a little bit better at it. We're going to roll for these. We're looking for 4s or higher. So the rabbit rolls and gets 2 successes, an 8 and a 5. Tree rolls its dodge. It gets 3 successes, a 6 and a 5. The dodge, this allows for blocking. Blocking is a way of stopping shoots coming through. When the dodger dodges, if he's dodging, the target gets to determine whether to block or not. If they're both shooting, then the attacker gets to decide whether to block shots or not. And what that means is you're going to match to see if you can even block. So, for instance, this 8 can't get blocked. I got 6s and 5s. I can't beat I can block the 5 though. So we're going to do that. We're going to, the tree is going to block the other hit, but it does take 1 hit. So he's going to have to roll a health roll to see if that actually injures him. Normally this would be your health. It's only 1 hit, so you roll for that health. So 1 dice for that health. But because the tree has armor, he gets to roll 2 dice. And he gets a 10 and a 1. It was only 1 hit, so that is going to successfully stop him from getting injured. And that is the bunny done. Again, it falls to the director to determine who's going to go. But I'm going to go ahead and continue, I think, with Jack Frost activating his own side. So Jack Frost is going to go ahead and move up towards that gift. And does Jack want to do something? He's going to go ahead and do ice shards for his action. This is a special ability he has. It's going to be a 3-inch burst weapon. That basically means it's going to be in the 3-inch. It's only the 1 target, so that's not a big deal. Now, these bursts aren't done like any other thing we do in this game, like a regular shoot. It is instead done by pulling a card. So we're going to pull a card. I end up getting this one here. The bottom part of the card is what we're using, the challenge. It says roll 2 successes with finesse or cunning. So basically, he has to roll 2 successes, and he has to use either his choice, finesse or cunning. His finesse is 2d6, his cunning is 3d10. So that's sort of a no-brainer. He's going to go ahead and roll the 3d10. He has to get at least 2 of these have to be over 4, and all 3 of them are. If he had only got 1 success or no successes, he would have ended up taking 2 hits. But instead, he survives that. Rodney's going to go ahead and move up here. It's part of the rules of the game that you can't start within 6 inches of a starting thing, and that was exactly 6 inches. So I'm going to cheat and move that up a little, because he shouldn't have been able to get to that in the turn. He could have ran, which would have gotten him up to to it. It does a 12-inch move, a run, but then he would have had to take an apparel for climbing up here, and I don't think it's worth it. I'm gonna go ahead and just give him the rest of his moves to move his goons up. And now we'll go ahead and move the other side. So Santa Claus has moved forward. He's done a full run, getting him near that base. However, I'm going to move Blitzen now. Blitzen has Fly. Fly will allow him to move 16 inches and give him an ignore terrain. Mrs. Claus is going to move 6 inches, and she's going to shoot at the tree ant. I said shoot, but this is actually her explosive arrow, which is another burst effect. I don't know why I keep measuring this. It's clearly going to work. So in this case, the challenge is roll 2 successes with might or finesse. Might is something this guy's good at. That's going to be what he takes. 3d12 he has. That's from being an epic. He gets special advantages. Yeah, 2 successes. Made all 3. So that's nothing. St. Nicholas is going to do his area effect weapon. His is curse. It's going to be 3 with might, finesse, or cunning. Again, this one he's probably not going to make because he's going to get, well, 3 successes. He did it last time. All right, so there's a good example. He got 2 successes but 1 failure. That's going to mean he takes 3 hits, or has to roll for 3 hits. His health is D10. However, he's got armor. His tree bark counts as armor, so he's going to get an extra die for that. So that's going to be 4 dice. But if any of these fail, he's going to take a hit. Most he'll take as a hit, though. 1 did fail. He only had to stop 3, and he did get 3 successes. So yep, he's fine. So far, we can't hurt this guy. We're not hurting anything. In a similar fashion, I'm just going to move all my little minions up, since everybody else on their side is already gone. If we had any damage, we'd be doing recovery checks now, but so far nobody's been hurt. So instead we're going to take our new cards. First we're going to get a card for Jack Frost, because he still has the director's chair. He gets a parlay card, and Santa Claus is going to get out of nowhere. I forgot the tree ant's turn. He's going to attack whatever the nearest thing is, I think. And I think that's going to be, yeah. He can only move 6 inches, though. So he's going to move towards St. Nicholas. He's going to summon mimicries. We pull a card, and that little number on the bottom will tell how many. It is 2. So he's going to get 2 mimics. They can show up within 3 inches of him. That's going to put them both already in combat. This should have been last turn, so I'm going to go ahead and roll for the mimics in their attacks against St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas is going to roll back. He's got 2d6 and he can roll once per turn. The green will be the first mimic and the red will be St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas gets 2 twos, and the mimic gets 5. So I'm going to have to again roll 1 more of these dice. Oh, that's not good for the first attack. He's on a d6, so we see if he gets hurt. He does, so he's going to take a hit. He is down. St. Nicholas is already down and out. Now what that means is that at the end of that turn, when I said there was no recoveries, there should have been one. It should have been him. So he has to roll his health, which is d6. He rolls a 4, so he does recover. So he'd be back up at the beginning of turn 2. I think what I'm going to do is move Jack Frost. So Jack is going to go into contact with the perilous point. He's going to have to take a peril for that. The peril he's going to get is 1 challenge with might, finesse, or cunning. His might is 3d10, so that's what he's going to use. So he's going to use his might to try to get this present. Only needs 1 success, and he got 2. So he gets past the peril. So now he has to do the challenge for the actual plot point. The plot point he gets is 3 successes with might, finesse, or cunning. In this case, if he fails, it will not hurt him, and any successes will count towards his victory later. I'm going to stay using the might because that's what he's good at. He only has 2 successes. We're going to leave the card there because he's going to use the same challenge next time. But he is partially there. I should say somebody will use it. Somebody else could join him, actually. I'm going to go ahead and activate 1 Snow Goons just because they're blocking the rabbit. And Snow Goon's going to come over here. That's not Snow Goon, that's Isaac. Isaac has a d6 shoot. Am I going to bother to shoot? He could get shot back. So Isaac will be green. He gets 1d6. He's shooting against Blitzen. Blitzen could dodge, but he's not going to. He's going to shoot back, and he's 2d6. So the reds are Blitzen. The green is Isaac. Isaac gets a 1. Blitzen didn't hit either. So, however, that's an action or combat. We haven't had a lot of actual combats yet, but combats count against you if you've had multiple fights. That's where the shooting back can hurt, because Blitzen hasn't activated, but he's already going to be down a dice for a fight. Jack Frost still has the directorship, so we're going to try to keep that by not letting them activate. So the other snowman's going to move here, and he's also going to shoot, but he's going to shoot at Santa Claus. Of course, just like, no, he's not the same as Isaac, but his shoot's the same. Santa, on the other hand, shoot is 2d8. So the d8 are going to be Santa, the d6 is the Snow Goon. That's a success and a success. Snow Goon is going to block, because if he doesn't, he's dead. So I might as well move this Snow Goon. Nobody's been hurt yet. Nobody has been hurt yet. So this bunny is going to come up here. He's just entered that, so he's going to need to do a peril. Peril is 1 success of finesse or cunning. He only has 1 of anything, and he fails. So he's going to take a hit, and that's going to kill him. That's 1 dead Snow Goon. Rodney can try to get a point. Rodney, the Christmas Ranger. So Rodney's going to move up here. He's going to take a peril. His peril is 2 successes on cunning. He can't do that. He's only got 1. So he's going to take 2 hits. His hits are d6. So they have to roll 2 d6, 1 for each hit. But because he's armored, he also gets he gets 1 extra one. Gets 1 success, but he still takes a hit. Rodney is down. He is an ally, so he doesn't automatically go out. Now it's time for Santa's guys to activate. What are we going to do first? I'm going to come back to that fight, I think. We're going to deal with some of this over here first. Santa Claus is going to try to take the objective. So the first thing we got to do is a peril. This is a 1 finesse. Claus has 2d10 finesse. Those are 2 successes. He only needed 1, so he's made the peril. Now we're going to do the actual challenge for the plot. This is 2 successes with finesse or cunning. 3d10 with cunning. A little bit better with cunning. So I'm going to use that. And he needed it because he got 1 failure and 2 successes. But he only needed 2 successes, so he takes that present. Santa Claus has the first objective taken. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull a reward.
Once per turn, when an opponent plays a fortune card effect, you may discard one random card to cancel the effect. Alright, so that's Santa done. The cone now goes to Santa's side because we've taken a plot point. Doesn't really matter at this point because all of the actions are going to be ours anyway. I'm going to go ahead and close with Isaac. 2d6 for the reindeer, for Blitzen, and Isaac is 2d6. Now, actually, they've both been fighting once, so they both lose a die. Isaac gets a hit for Blitzen. He's a d6. Okay, Blitzen could block this, but I'm not going to. So they're both going to have to roll for wounds. Blitzen survives his, but the snowman does not. So Isaac is down. I'm going to do a shoot. This is going to be Mrs. Claus against Jack Frost. Jack Frost is going to shoot back. Mrs. Claus's shoot, 3d8 for her, and 2d10 for Frost. All right, Frost gets a hit. Mrs. Claus gets none. She saves on a d8, and she does. So no damage there. Over here, Nicholas is going to attack one of those mimicries. Nicholas attacks with a 2d6, but he has Heretic Punch. Once per turn, he can re-roll a brawl. One brawl dice is what that is. So that's going to be 2d6 for him. The mimicry is 1d6. No hits. And I'm going to bring up he's going to swing his attack. He can only dodge. His dodge is successful. It's now going to fall to Christmas Tree Ant. Christmas Tree Ant's going to, well, I'll attack with the presents first. So this present's going to stay here because he doesn't have any attacks. This one's going to attack him because he won't be able to attack back, he having used his. I didn't put an orange marker down there, but I should have. So the red, again, for Santa Claus' side, neither's a hit. And now I'm going to hit everything with the tree ant's attack. We're in a danger zone. We should have been 3-inch parallels to enemies. I forgot about that. I'm going to do Throne Stones. This is against everything. And the card I get is a 1 successor cunning. I'm going to dodge with the first present. It's successful. Dodge with the second present. It's successful. Going to dodge with Nicholas. Not successful. So he takes a hit. He saves on a d6. He saves that hit though. And the last guy saves. So not horribly effective. And now we go to turn 3. Santa gets misinformed. Another player passes a plot point before they draw their reward. Jack Frost gets confounded. I also forgot about that. I have to roll a whole bunch of saving throws. Alright, so for Isaac, he's gone. For Rodney, he's up. And I think that's it. And now we go to turn 3. I'm going to begin by moving Mrs. Claus. She's going to move for 6. And then she's going to shoot the tree ant. Tree ant is going to try to dodge. So this will be her hit. Just 1 hit. And the dodge. Those are 4 successes. But they don't cancel a 5. Yeah, it's going to be equal or greater value. So he can't actually stop that. He's going to take a hit. It's only the 1. However, he gets 2 dice on his health rolls, which are d10s. Gets an extra die because of armor. So yeah, he doesn't take any hit on that. But it does count as the 2 of them having been in a fight, though. I'm going to go ahead and activate Santa Claus over here. Santa Claus is going to close with the bunny. His brawl is 3d10. The Easter Bunny's brawl is 2d6. All right, that's 2 hits. I can block the bunny's hit. I'm not going to do that though. I'm going to go ahead and hit the bunny for 2. So the bunny has to roll two hits. He stops 1. So he's going to take a damage. He's going to drop from D8s, D6s, and then Santa takes 1. I rolled an 8, so he's Santa's fine. And they've both been in a fight. That's a clear win. So Santa maintains the directorship. I'm going to bring in Blitzen. Blitzen's going to swing. Blitzen's brawl is 2d6. And the bunny's brawl is 2d6. That doesn't change because he's still above 6 damage-wise. Oh, but the bunny loses 1 after all of that. All right, that's 1 hit from Blitzen. Bunny has to roll again, d6 this time. He makes that. Gonna go ahead and move him to there. Attack that present. Nothing. Bring him there. I'll do a rush. Let's do a rush. That was not a good idea. This will probably be disastrous. Yeah. 3 hits to 1, and I can't stop any of them. So we'll roll for the Christmas tree ant first. Let's get 2 dice. See if he actually takes a hit. Oh, he should have been down a die. I'm going to roll for him again. All right. That's 3 hits to the 1. He does take a hit, though. He is injured, but he does 3 hits to the poor Christmas elf. Don't see how the Christmas elf are going to survive this. Or not that Christmas elf, the gingerbread man. He does not. He fails all 3 of those. Gingerbread guy is out. Not a clear winner. We'll do that again. This time he's only got 2 dice. 2, 1. That's a hit. It's hit both ways. So Snowman is gone. Those dice should have dropped. Oh, they drop again. The tree ant is actually being whittled down here. Now, I'm going to bring in St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas is going to hit for 2d6. It's 1d12. Or do we want to dodge? We're going to go ahead and dodge. Tree ant is going to dodge. 1 hit, and bet the 6 beats that. So tree ant successfully dodges away. And now it's tree ant's turn. He's suffered pretty hard there. I'm going to bring in 2 mimicries. Oh, I could have re-rolled one of those attacks. Yes, so would have missed. All right. So, the mimicry is going to attack. First we'll do the St. Nicholas attack. He had 2d6 normally, but he's down from that previous fight. I didn't put a marker on him, but he should have one. And the mimicry has 1. So we roll both of those. Oh, that won't work. The red one is St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas hits, takes out the mimicry. The next mimicry closes and attacks. Now all St. Nicholas can do is dodge, which he does with 2d6. But his dodges are unsuccessful. He's got to roll on a d6. That's unsuccessful, so he is down. And then we have 2 fights on the snowman, I believe. He's down to die 2, so he can only dodge. The first one attacks him. Actually, there can only be 1 attack. He successfully dodges, and that is this turn finished. So we go into turn 4. Directorship is going to go for having dropped nickel. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't a player who did that, so I'm going to keep it with Santa Claus. Challenge to arm injury. That's a good one. We're going to use that. And got you now. Oh yeah, health checks. It's just Nicholas. So Nicholas is going to have to roll, and he is successful. And the orange markers come off. Let's see what we've got here. We have not used any of our cards. First thing I think I'm going to do is come up for the major plot point with Mrs. Claus. The peril. Challenge, roll 3, 6. Oh, that's not going to be good. Might, finesse, or cunning. Might is 2d6, so she can't even do it. Finesse is 3d6. It's going to have to be finesse. All right. Shoot, I need all of these to succeed. They did! What are the odds? All right. Now, her challenge, roll 2 successes with might, finesse, or cunning. Going to do the same one. And I got 2, so she took that plot point. We have 2 plot points. Of course, she's in an exposed way, and the reward for that, when holding this plot point once per turn, you may discard 1 fortune card to re-roll a finesse. That's not bad. And we are presently in the lead. And that keeps the turn for us. I'm going to take Nicholas up to here. Nicholas, one might, finesse, or cunning. Nicholas is 1d6, 1d6. They're all 1d6. All right. Nope. So he's going to take a hit point, or possibly he does. He is down. He'll go ahead and beat that. He does. But he also gets an orange in the meantime. And over here, we're going to have Blitzen first. Blitzen's brawl is 2d6. And Bunny's brawl is 2d6. No, oh, not good. 2 hits on Blitzen. Blitzen makes both those rolls, though. That's good. That would have lost us the direction of the turn. Santa's going to attack. Santa's brawl is 3d10 against the bunny, who is normally 2d6 but is now down. Bunny has to roll for 3 hits. At least he got his heal, so he's back up to 3. And he failed 2 of those, so he's going to take a hit. It's going to drop him back down to d6. And that's everybody gone on that side, so I'm going to go ahead and move the snowman in. He's going to slam. That'll give him 3d6. Santa has 2d10 now because he's been in a fight. That's definitely a hit. Alright, so Santa gets 1 hit, the snowman gets 2. Santa saves on a d10. That's a save on the first one, both saves. And the snowman saves on a d6. Snowman saves. Alright, so that fight's going on. That's been rough. I'm going to go ahead and activate Jack Frost here. Jack Frost is going to try to take that. He needs 1 might, finesse, or cunning. I'm going to play Confounded on him, which is going to direct him an inch away, and he loses that turn. Lastly, we have the guys up here. I don't think Rodney's successfully made one of these yet, so he's going to do a peril first. His peril is 2 successes with might or finesse. He can't do that, so he's going to have to roll for 2 hits. But he successfully does that, and that ends his action. Okay, and I'm going to bring the snowman up there just in case. That's the end of the active characters in the turn. This present's going to attack there. All the snowman can do is dodge. No matter. The present here's going to attack. All the snowman can do is dodge. Snowman successfully dodges, and he's going to move an inch over here. And now we're going to do a shoot. With the tree, we're going to do the blast, actually, to throw the stones. So 1 finesse. She's got 3d6. She can do that. Yeah, she's fine. All right, now it's the end of that turn. It is the last turn of the game. All right, I think it's still Santa. Rabbit's foot and hold up. I think what's going to happen is Claus is going to have to shoot at Frost. We got to keep Frost from getting that point. So I could either do exploding arrow or I can shoot. I'm going to do exploding arrow. So that's going to be another blast effect weapon. It's going to be 1 success with cutting. That was a mistake. He can easily make that, I'm sure. 2d8. Yep, he's fine. So over here, we're going to go ahead and do this fight. Oh, I forgot to roll for recoveries. The rabbit should have had a chance to go up. He does not. And Nicholas should have had a chance to go up. Nicholas is gone. We're going to do Blitzen. Oh, this isn't the same fight anymore. Okay, the rabbit's 2d6. Blitzen's 2d6. That's 2 hits for the rabbit. So Blitzen has to make 2 saving throws, which he does. Santa's going to attack the snowman, I think. His brawl is 3d10. Snowman's is probably 2d6. Okay, that's 3 hits to 1 hit, and I can stop that 1 hit. And 2 hits is, he can't save that. He can save that. I'll go up here and try to get this. He probably will fail, but he's going to try. Yeah, he can't make that. So he's dead. Over here, now we only have the actions of Jack Frost's side. All he has to do is get 2d cunning, 3d8. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this, the cunning. All he needs 1 success. So this is just for the plot, and he gets it. So they have taken 1 of these. And they gain a reward. Till the end of the scenario bonus, as an action, this character may play currently holds the initiative, must discard 1 fortune card. He does hold the initiative now. Lastly, we have Rodney. Rodney's going to try to play a plot point again. He's still got to do the peril. 2 successes with might. He can't do that. He's going to take 2 hits. He fails that. He is knocked down. Might as well go in with the snowman. Snowman gets 2 successes, cunning or might. He can't do that. He's knocked down. There is still 1 action to go. The presents aren't going to be able to do anything. But the tree can go up here and fight. Alright, so this is a brawl. It's going to be 4d12. This could be game changing. 4d12. And she defends. Oh, she could dodge. Oh. Or does she brawl back? I'm going to risk it. So he gets 2 hits. She wouldn't have been able to stop those. She gets 2 hits. Alright, so she saves on d8s. She only takes 1 hit, which takes her to D6. She doesn't drop her thing. He saves on D10s and gets an extra one. He only saves one, so he takes 2 hits. That makes that. So Tree Ant doesn't take down Mrs. Claus. She doesn't drop her present. She still has it. So it is a Santa Claus victory with one major objective, or one major plot point, and one minor plot point, to one minor plot point held by Jack Frost. So that was War in Christmas Village using the Pulp Alley rules. A victory for Santa Claus, so it's going to be a Merry Christmas after all. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly enjoyed playing it. I think I may try it with 7TV next year, which the abilities were sort of limiting in Pulp Alley. It's a little more realistic in that fashion. I mean, it's still pulpy, but it's in the pulp sort of low power and magic world. And there's an awful lot of abilities that were written by the Jackalope games that I couldn't really reenact the same way in Pulp Alley that I could with 7TV. So I think I'll try that next year. But I still enjoyed the game. If any of you have any questions or comments you'd like to make, please put those in the comment section down below. We also look to the comment section for any further ideas you may have for further content you'd like to see us produce here on Cry Havoc Wargaming. If you've enjoyed the video, I hope you'll hit like. And if you'd like to continue to receive notifications for videos like this one, or others that may help you determine how to better spend your money or time in your tabletop wargaming hobby, then I hope you'll hit subscribe and ring our notification bell. Till next time, cheers and happy holidays.